Understanding duty of care. In Arkansas wrongful death law, when someone dies because another person failed to act responsibly, Arkansas families must navigate both grief and questions about their legal rights. Wrongful death law looks first at whether the defendant owed a duty of care to the victim. That obligation, which can arise when drivers obey traffic laws or doctors follow medical standards, sets the foundation for proving negligence. In negligence cases, there are 4 elements to prove: duty of care, breach of that duty, causation, and damages. The duty is the legal obligation to act with reasonable care. Breach means the defendant failed to meet that obligation. Causation links the breach to the fatal outcome, showing the death was a foreseeable result of the negligence, while damages reflect the measurable losses suffered by the family, such as medical bills, funeral expenses, and emotional suffering. Most wrongful death claims apply an ordinary care or reasonable person standard. Arkansas jurors are instructed that ordinary care is the care a reasonably careful person would use under similar circumstances, and that a defendant has a duty to use ordinary care for the safety of others. This baseline governs actions like driving safely or maintaining a safe workplace. Some relationships impose higher or specific duties. For medical providers, a doctor-patient relationship must be established before a duty arises. Simply completing an online questionnaire is not enough. Arkansas follows a locality rule, so physicians are judged by the standard of care practiced in the same or a similar community. A plaintiff must show the doctor failed to act with the skill and learning ordinarily used by professionals practicing the same specialty in that locality. Property owners owe different duties depending on whether a visitor is an invitee, licensee, or trespasser. Invitees, such as customers or service technicians, receive the highest protection, licensees receive a lesser duty, and trespassers almost none. Common carriers like buses, trains, and ambulances must exercise the highest degree of care, consistent with their business while passengers are boarding, riding, or disembarking, though the duty reverts to ordinary care when passengers are in stations or depots. After establishing the specific duty, the focus shifts to breach, causation, and damages. A breach occurs when a defendant's actions or inaction deviate from what a reasonable person or professional would do. Examples include speeding or driving under the influence, surgical errors or misdiagnosis, and failing to clean a spill that injures a customer. The plaintiff must also prove that this breach was the proximate cause of death and that the fatality was a foreseeable result. Arkansas law allows recovery for both personal losses, such as mental anguish and loss of companionship, and estate losses like medical bills, funeral expenses, and lost wages. Compensation is allocated according to each family member's individual losses rather than divided equally. Arkansas uses a modified comparative negligence rule that can dramatically affect compensation. Under Arkansas Code Section 1664122, a jury assigns a percentage of fault to each party. If the victim is between 1 and 49% at fault, damages are reduced in proportion to that percentage. If the victim is 50% or more at fault, the family cannot recover any damages. Defense lawyers often try to increase the victim's share of fault, so having an experienced wrongful death lawyer to present evidence and challenge biased assessments is critical. Establishing duty of care defines who is responsible, what standard applies, and how compensation is determined. Because each case involves complex legal analysis and careful evidence gathering, families should not face these claims alone. Gates Law Firm, PLLC, understands Arkansas wrongful death statutes and provides compassionate representation. To discuss your case, contact Gates Law Firm, PLLC at 501-779-8091. Our office is located at 2725 Cantrell Road, ST 200, Little Rock, Arkansas, 72202, United States.